still on the topic simultaneous equation, but this is another example whereby diagrams are being given to you. Now, this is a rectangle here, a rectangle ABCD. Now, you can see the opposite lengths. You know that in a rectangle, the length, if here is 10 centimeter, here will also be 10 centimeter. I know that, of course, one of the properties of rectangle is the opposite sides are what? They are parallel. That's why rectangle is what? A parallelogram. Now, what we are going to do is, for a question like this, equate this side to this side. I know they are equal. This side is equal to this side. Then this side is equal to this side. The breadth or the width. The breadth or the width, they are the same. And the length are also the same. So you equate this to this, then equate this side to this side to form your simultaneous equation. This is still part of simultaneous, because you might be wondering, what is this again? It's still part of simultaneous equation. Up here, having 4x plus 3 centimeter. 4x minus y centimeter, x plus 6y, then here is 3x plus 1. At the end of the day, you have to find the area of the rectangle. There should be a question mark here, because the question says, what is the area of the rectangle below? Now let's start with the length. Let's equate the two lengths. The first length, 4x plus 3. We equate it to this length, because this length is the same as this length. Now it's equal to x plus 6y. Okay, so we're about deriving equation 1 now. Then we'll collect items, but this is x. They will bring y in here. They will take plus 3 to the right hand side. Now 4x, bring plus x here becomes minus x. Bring plus 6y here becomes minus 6y. Then take plus 3 to the right hand side becomes minus 3. Okay, now 4x minus x, that gives us 3x. Then minus 6y is equal to minus 3. So that is our equation 1. Okay? Are you following, students? Now it's time to get equation 2. To get our equation 2, now we are going to equate this side to this side because they are equal. Now I'm going to the next page now. I will equate 4x minus y. 4x minus y. I will equate it to 3x plus 1 to get equation 2. So I'll collect items again. 4x. I'll bring plus 3x to the left hand side because minus 3x. Minus y is already on the left. It's still minus y. The plus 1 is here, is still 1. So at the end of the day, what I have is 4x minus 3, that's x, minus y is equal to 1. That is equation 2. Now, it's time to bring them together. Equation 1 and 2, bring them together. So equation 1 is 3x minus 6y is equal to minus 3. Equation 1. Equation 2 is x minus y is equal to 1. Equation 2. Now, it's time to solve them simultaneously. Now, which method do we use? Should we use elimination or substitution method? I would suggest that we use substitution method. So, using substitution method, now from equation 2, I'll write out equation 2. Equation 2 is x minus y is equal to what? 1. So I will say x is equal to what? 1 plus y. Okay, so I will now say substitute 1 plus y. Substitute 1 plus y for x in equation. Now you know I use equation 2 to derive my formula. So call this equation 3. So that means I'm going to put this back into what? Equation 1. Substitute 1 plus y for x in equation 1. In equation 1, right? So, equation 1 says 3x minus 6y is equal to minus 3. So, anywhere I see x, I'll put 1 plus y. So, 3x means 3 times x, and x is 1 plus y. I will say 3 into bracket 1 plus y. Then minus this 6y. Minus this 6y. Let me stand on this side. Minus this 6y. Yeah, is equal to minus 3. Okay, now the next thing is to use 3 to expand this bracket. 3 times y is 3. Then 3 times y is 3y. minus 6y is equal to minus 3. So I'll collect like terms. I'll bring minus 3 here, becomes what? Plus 3. Then plus 3y minus 6y, that's minus 3y is equal to 0. So 6 minus 3y is equal to 0. So I'll push minus 3y to the other side. So I'll say 6 is equal to 0 plus 3y. So I'll move to the next page. So 6 is equal to 0 plus 3y. So that means 6 is equal to 3y. So I divide both sides by what? By 3, because 3 is the coefficient of y. So I'll say 6 over 3 is equal to 3y over 3. 3 cancels 3. 3 is 6, you have 2. So 2 is equal to y is equal to 2. Now we've gotten the value of y to be 2. Now you need to find the value of x. I'm already derived the formula for that, which is equation 3. From equation 3, that means you are going to substitute 2 for y in equation 3. You can also use equation 1 and 2, no problem. Okay? Are you following? You can also use either equation 1, equation 2, or equation 3. But I'm going to use equation 3. So equation 3 says, before that I'll say substitute 2 for what? Y in equation 3. Now the next is to write out equation 3. Equation 3 is x is equal to x is equal to 1 plus y. So x is equal to 1. Y is what? 2. So 1 plus 2. So x is equal to 3. So that means x is equal to 3. Y is equal to what? 2. Now what you did, you've only gotten the values of x and y. Okay? The next thing to do now is to get the values of the four sides of this rectangle. You find the value of 4x plus 3. You find the value of 4x minus. You find the value of x plus 6y. You also find the value of 3x plus 1. So there's no point to rush. So let's take it one after the other. Now let's find the values of those algebra expressions. Let's start with line AC. Line AC, you have 4x plus what? Plus 3, right? Now, you will now substitute the values of x and y that you have gotten into each of the algebra lengths given to you. AC is 4x plus 3. That is, I'm talking about this length. AC is 4x plus 3 centimeter. Now, let's find the value of that. X is 3. 4x will now be 4 into bracket 3 plus 3. So 4 plus 3 is what? 4 times 3 will give us 12. 12 plus 3, that will give me 15 centimeter. That means line AC is 15 centimeter. And mind you, we must also get 15 for BD. So line BD now, let me put it here. Line BD, the algebra length given to us is x plus 6y, right? So x is what? 3. Y is what? Y is 2. We must get 15 as well because the two lengths must be equal. So 3 plus 6 times 2 give me 12. 3 plus 12 I have 15 centimeter. You can see that the two lengths of the rectangle are both 15 centimeter. Now it's time to get the values of the breadth. So I'll start with line AB. AB is equal to 4x minus what? Minus y. And x is what? 3. So 4 into bracket 3 minus 2. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 minus 2. AB is equal to 10 centimeter. So, students, please pay attention. Now, if AB is 10 centimeter, you know that the opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. Here will also be what? 10 centimeter. So now, line CD now. Line CD, which is 3x plus 1. Is equal to, now remember x is what? 3. So that will be 3 into bracket 3 plus 1. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 1, that will be 10 centimeter. You can see the two lengths of the rectangle are the same. 15 centimeter, 15 centimeter. Right? Now the two breadths of the rectangle, they are also the same. 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter. But the final question is, we have to do what? Find the area of the rectangle. Now area of the rectangle, let me try and create space here. Area of a rectangle is equal to length times breadth. Okay, so since the lengths are the same, you can pick either 15 centimeter, you can pick any of these two, then any of these two as your breadth. So I'll say my length, so that will be 15 centimeter. The length is what? 10 centimeter. So 15 times 10, that is 150. Then centimeter times centimeter will be centimeter squared. So 150 centimeter squared is the area of the rectangle. They're using simultaneous equation. So that you can see that mathematics is very interesting. So we already use simultaneous equation to find the what? The area of a rectangle algebraically. So go through it. Look at where I started. I started by what? Connecting the two lengths, and I connected the two breadths. The upper length is equal to the lower length. Then the upper length is line AC, which was given in algebra form as 4x plus 3 centimeter. The lower length is x plus 6y, which is line BD. While the breadth on the other side is 4x minus y. While this one is what? 3x plus 1. So when I connected the two lengths, 4x plus 3 and x plus 6y, so I was able to derive my equation 3x minus 6y is equal to minus 3 as equation 1. Then I got my equation 2 by connecting the two breadths, which is 4x minus y and 3x plus 1. So when I connected the two, you can see the permutations. I arrived at what? X minus y is equal to 1. Then I brought the two, I brought the two equations together, equation 1 and 2, and I used a substitution method. I told you, you have the liberty, you have the freedom, you know, to use either elimination method or substitution method. Any method you feel like you are comfortable with. And at the end of the day, it went on and on like that. So after I've gotten the values of x and y, I use the values of x and y to get the length and the breadth of the rectangle. You know, it was in algebra form, and there's no way you can find the area while it is in algebra form. So you have to find the length and the breadth using the values of x and y that you've gotten, using simultaneous equation. And having done that, I was able to find the area of my rectangle. Area of a rectangle is length times breadth. The length eventually was 15 centimeter, and the breadth was 10 centimeter. So if you multiply the two together, 15 times 10 is 150. Centimeter times centimeter is centimeter squared. I know that areas are always either meter squared or centimeter squared. Okay? So thank you for listening.